What's up, everybody? Tonight we're going to talk about the trilogy with Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor when we come right back. Welcome to another episode of Ring Walk Boxing Podcast. I am Bean, and hopefully you're having a good night in whatever part of the world you're in. Beautiful day here in sunny Cincinnati, Ohio in the summertime. Yes, sir. So we're gonna get right into our topic of discussion here in just a second. But just before I talk about this trilogy with in the women's boxing, which will be tomorrow night, I want to also make people be aware who don't know that Alicia Baumgartner is making a comeback fight tomorrow night as well. Alicia Baumgartner is from Fremont, Ohio, a small country town outside of Sandusky, Ohio. And she will be fighting tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in on Netflix. All right. So also tomorrow, the trilogy is the main topic. So let's talk about the the first fight, the second fight, how it led up to this trilogy. So normally a trilogy happens when one fighter wins the fight, and then the opposite opponent wins the second fight, and then they have a third fight, a trilogy, like a tiebreaker, basically. Or it could be a situation like Deontay Wilder versus Fury. The first fight ended up being a draw, so then the second fight happened, which Fury won, but then it was going to be a third fight to see if Wilder could win, which he ended up losing the second and the third fight. Well, in this particular circumstance of events, in my opinion and many people's opinion, a lot of people felt as if Amanda Serrano won the first two fights. Now, if I'm looking at it just real closely, and I'll probably have to run those fights back myself tonight or tomorrow before the actual fights come on tomorrow. But just from my memory bank, it seems like that first fight was really close. The type of fight that if it was a 10-round fight, because I think women go 10 rounds, maybe 8 rounds. But anyways, it was a pretty much even fight to me. It could have been a draw, but then it could have been a slight edge either way. So I can understand if they say Katie Taylor won the first fight, I'm like, okay. But in the second fight, I feel like Serrano stepped her game up. She even hurt Katie Taylor a couple of times in the rematch. For her being the smaller opponent to step up in weight, came up from a smaller weight up in weight, and to be able to hurt the bigger natural sized opponent, which was Katie Taylor, that right there lets you know that she has decent power. There was a clash of heads at some point in that fight in the rematch, and it was a big gash on Serrano, and through all that she still kept her composure, and she went to the final bell and lost on a decision, which, like I said, I feel like the second fight Serrano definitely should have won that fight. Well, now it brings us up to this point, which will be tomorrow on Netflix. Serrano versus Taylor, part 3. So my prediction on this one is, I feel like Serrano will win, but she definitely needs to do a little bit more. Unfortunately, I don't feel like a fighter should be put in that position. To me, that you had 2 fights already and you fall short, or they rule you falling short of victory. So now you feel like in the third fight, you might fight a different style fight than your normal game plan, because you're like, they keep taking what I feel like should be a victory away from me. So now in this third fight, she might want to amp up and try to do something out of the norm But at the same time, it can backfire because now you might want to go for a knockout where you normally wouldn't press the issue, and then you might get caught from your opponent. So I kind of don't like how that went down because it's almost like it's putting Serrano in a bad position to where she's forced to try to get a knockout because she feel like the judges are not going to be, or they're going to be impartial to her. That's probably how she's feeling because she said in different press conferences she felt like she won, and rightfully so, because many of us as the viewers, we felt like she won. So we'll see what happens on this trilogy come tomorrow night on Netflix. I'm rooting for Serrano because I want her to get her victory. She deserves it, and I think she'll put in the work to show why she should be victorious tomorrow night. The way I see it kind of going is going to be similar to the second fight. I feel like Serrano's going to accelerate just a little bit more, but not be overzealous. You know what I mean? So if she was punching roughly 40 punches per round, maybe 50 punches per round, just a little bit more each round to try to give her the edge and make sure she's getting the clean, accurate punches. Because a lot of times, being that she is the smaller fighter who came up, she might throw more punches in total than Katie Taylor. But if Katie Taylor is throwing a certain amount of punches, even though it might be less output, the fact is she might be throwing with more force and more momentum. So her punches may look more effective to the judges. And I think the judges go based on what they see, and they call that effective aggressiveness. And if you're on your front foot more than your opponent, and your opponent looks like they're in a retreat mode and on their back foot, and they're moving away, and you're the pressure fighter who's coming forward, I think a lot of times that person on the front foot, the judges kind of cater to them a lot more because they look at it like they're being the aggressor and that they're pressing the action. So I think in certain spurts throughout that fight, Serrano needs to step on her front foot and try to push Katie Taylor back. But it's a lot of build-up on this one because, like I said, the fact that Serrano didn't win twice when I felt that she should have won the second fight and arguably the first fight, I think this is going to give her the momentum and it's going to propel her in this trilogy to just go all out, So I'm wishing both of these ladies luck tomorrow. What is your prediction? Let me know in the comment section below. The trilogy with Serrano versus Taylor. Do you think that Serrano will get a fair shake? Just let me know what you think. Or was it fair from your perspective? Because I see some people say, well, hey, I feel like Taylor won. So just state your case in the comments, and let's kind of go have a little debate in the comment area on why you felt Taylor won and what is necessary. What do you feel will be necessary for Serrano to do tomorrow night to seal victory against Katie Taylor? I appreciate your time, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully you have a good night, and I'll catch you on the next round. Peace.